In this video, I'm going to show you guys some designs that I'm working on for my Volvo 740 time attack race car. And I hope you find this design as cool as I think it is. Enjoy! Flow separation and wake. Difficult phrases maybe, and but very important to understand if you want to improve a race car in when it comes to aerodynamics. And the picture in this book could actually pretty much be my Volvo 740, and those are very important things to think about. And this is actually a really good book that I started to read and learn many years ago. And when I understood that I needed to get some help, I started reaching out to people that knew more, had more experience. And when I started to watch more videos of World Time Attack, there were a few names that came up more and more. For example, Andrew Brilliant at JKF Aero, and I've been in contact with him many years ago and got some hints on what his services could be and his prices and everything. And that was at the time a bit out of my price range, but when it comes to aerodynamics and building aero, especially when you have carbon fiber involved, it quickly becomes very expensive. So if you want to design something good that actually works, it actually doesn't, it becomes pretty reasonable priced. Expensive, of course, but making something out of carbon fiber and it's pretty much junk that makes your car hopefully faster, but it could also be worthless. So I wouldn't mind getting some more help, and when I felt that after I talked to Andrew and I felt that that was a bit out of my price range and what I needed at the moment, I also came across another name, Kyle Forrester at JKF Aero. You're probably familiar with him as Kyle at Kyle Engineers, and I got in contact with him and I used his best practices consulting services at a couple of times, and I want to show you what we thought up to improve the aerodynamics on my race car, the Volvo 740, which he thought was pretty much the boxiest car he had ever seen. So, hope you enjoyed this video. So this is pretty much what my Volvo 740 looked like many years ago when I bought it. And I actually miss this design. My current car has, of course, undergone a lot of changes to the body. And it also has I have changed the front end to a Volvo 960 front end that was quite popular many years ago. And of course it still looks good, but this old original front end has become quite popular again. And yeah, I miss it actually. I had the USA front end on mine, so 4 lights instead of 2, and I really like that look. So perhaps one day I will buy another one and keep it more stock OEM look. So when building a Volvo 740 time attack car, you start out with something like this. We'll add a few more components here. So we start off with the tube chassis. So the tube chassis is hidden behind the picture, and the tube chassis isn't perfect. Especially the roll cage is just a rough sketch. It won't really match the shape of the roof. but the floor is more accurate actually. And then I will add the floor. And a few more components as well. So, and it's finished here. Now you can actually get a quite quick look at what it could have looked like if I had gone with the stock body. Here you can see the original width of the car compared to how wide my car is at the moment. So it's quite much wider. And also, if you look at the rear, it actually looks quite fun with this huge diffuser in the back. And I will probably not run the diffuser this far back, so I'll probably cut it down a bit. But this actually looks quite cool, but I will not be running this design. I will be running the design, but not this far back. The wing will probably be that far back, but not the diffuser. But this would actually have been really cool to see just how much different it will be. And when looking at it, it would be quite difficult to get a good. There's a lot of parts here in the front end, especially, that will cause drag. So you would have to block pretty much everything off. So, and the front end that I'm using now is much smoother, and the front splitter that I have built is also pretty boring, but it's much smoother, so it will be more aerodynamics than the stock one. And the tires are covered up as well. And I will show you guys a small video on how my doors look like. But pretty much I've cut the bottom half of the door away and made the front wheel well transition better along the side of the car here. What used to be the rear door and the rear fender are one big panel now, and the bottom part here is as a separate panel with ducts for the brakes and the oil cooler for the transmission. And here in the windows we have ducts for the radiator that's mounted in the back here, and the roof is also ducted, and it will also have go through the radiator here in the back. And I will show you that further on, how I'm going to use that. But I'm actually going to use this design more in the future to show you guys more what this design was going to be. But I'm going to change the design out so you can see what it will look like in the future. But if I remove the body here, this is pretty much what it's going to look like in the future. So pretty boring. Parts of the steel shell will be left from the body, but it will also have a lot of components in carbon fiber further on. And here you can see that this is just a rough sketch, because the floor and the tunnel isn't well, they aren't working that good at the moment. But this was just a rough sketch of the Aero, so it isn't it's far from the finished look from it. What I haven't added in this design at the moment is the diffusers for the front splitter here, in this area here and here, and that's going to be added soon, and it's going to be something that can be interchangeable, so I can also adjust the Aero and downforce by changing out different kind of efficient diffuse
diffusers, and those will be covered up by the front spoiler when it comes in the front here. And on this car, the front spoiler and the front end is pretty much just an aero device, just to cover up the engine and everything. So it isn't that needed for the structure of the car anymore. It's pretty much just moving the air away from the engine, pretty much. But it looks pretty cool, actually. When I added this, it's actually the first time I've added this to design together, so it actually looks pretty much like a race car. Awesome.
I hope you have enjoyed this video. I am currently working on the electrical system and installing a few boxes of connectors to it, and hopefully it will be finished in a couple of weeks, and then it's time to power up the engine, and that's gonna be awesome. So more on that later. So until next time, click subscribe and like this video, and hope you stick around for more updates in the future. Bye guys.